So,
Hello.
Keith Fox, Danny Ryan, how are you feeling about your adventure so far, and what are you looking forward to?
Do you know what? I'm looking forward to finding out what's on this dark jobs board.
Yeah, the pre-darknet.
Yeah, I think it might be some stuff that we're familiar with. If it sounds like on the audio that Keith is doing cocaine, he's actually sniffling rather than blowing his nose, which would be kind of the more.
See, actually, I'm in that
polite.
No, I'm in
thing
the
to
awkward.
do.
I'm in the awkward predicament. There's nothing there as such.
There's no snot.
I just have a cold, so I'm kind of in a.
I just feel sniffly.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
nothing
Keith, are
there.
you
It's
planning
air.
on bringing that into your character in this section?
He may sound like he has a cold.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he may
So-
do stitches.
Where do you come up with
I
these
don't know.
spins that you put on this?
No, I'm
are-
the Danny Day-Lewis of Dungeons and Naggins.
Yeah.
You've been spending a long time with a cold just to get
Yeah.
into character.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it would.
We went for a pint beforehand just to get into the whole drinking while you're playing thing as well. We're craftsmen. We're
That's
craftsmen.
his words.
That's-
Well, I'll use them.
Yeah.
So, Stitches the wizard and Felgore the uncharitable barbarian are walking towards an evil jobs board. You still have the option of taking
Evil.
all of the
Hold on now.
all of the
Hold on.
that's just what some of the locals call
It
it.
upgraded itself there very quickly.
We're doing the
we're on the way.
Holocaust. 10 gold. Alright. Go on then.
You can still go back to the good jobs board. You remember all of the jobs from there. Those can just be
I'm
read out to
assuming-
you.
Well, you say we remember them.
Yeah, but that's
You'll try and recall them, and a voice will probably bring them your way.
Yeah. Okay. Let's check out this evil jobs board.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we've got 15 gold. We need 85 more. In the darknet place, I'm assuming it's going to be more spondoolies for
Little
the
bit.
work, and we may make some contacts who could maybe kill the vet if we don't
Yes.
get there.
I would like to
let's
see
go to
that
the dark
dark
side of
blade.
this shit.
Gotcha. You have got 10 gold so far. You need 100
And we
overall.
have 5
Yeah.
between.
Yeah.
You step
yeah.
towards the jobs board. It's similar to the one you saw before, except everything's just kind of grimier. It's like a Nolan Batman movie. It's
Is
like
there spiders?
there's a few spiders. yeah.
I knew it. I
The weakness of the barbarian.
There's one snake, but a lad just has it in his arm and he's just walking past. He's got
the
it.
mine snakes.
And
Mine snakes.
there are spiders. You step over to the jobs board and you can hear the hustle bustle of people selling like meat, but everyone's not as jolly as the shopkeepers. No one's selling cakes or anything like that.
Okay.
There's the jobs board, bunch of jobs up here. There is ruin a wedding, a job offered by a jilted lover. There is
I ruined my mother's by being in her belly.
break up a business. There's a restaurant in town taking business from a local guy and selling fancy food, and he wants you to come and break up the other business.
Okay.
There's intimidate a witness. There's a trial coming up for a mobster, and you need to intimidate a blacksmith. Kill a pub's mascot, Milford the Duck. There's a pub nearby, and they are having trouble with another pub. They want you to kill the mascot. There's assassinate a cheesemonger for a cheese competition, and there's also orphanage looking for recruits.
Well, fucking
Just shut
orphanage.
down another
You know
orphanage.
what? I've been through the middle with the orphanages.
I'd love to hear.
Yeah,
Points to head.
with these parentless kids.
I like the pub one and the mafia one.
I also liked the wedding one. To ruin a wedding. Can we?
Okay, let's ruin the wedding. See, my thinking with the mafia thing is get the mafia on side, get the doctor killed.
What pays best? They all pay 10?
They're all 15.
Oh, they all pay 15.
15. Let's ruin the wedding first.
Okay,
Get a bit of food at the wedding.
let's ruin a wedding.
Gotcha. You take the parchment that says ruin a wedding and you start walking in the direction that the instructions on the parchment tell you to go. There's a place to go and meet. You get there and there is a lady and she's crying and she's waving over at you. And she like
Sounds like the wedding's already ruined.
Yeah.
Next.
Our work here is done. 15 gold, please.
she overhears you talking shit and says, listen, are you here for the job? I've got 15 gold if
Yes,
you can do
we're here.
Listen, there's a wedding going to be happening across. You need to run. It's coming
Okay.
on now.
Is there a bar
Anna,
or what's the story?
I don't know what the details are. The thoughts haven't crossed my mind. I'm very
Okay.
upset. I'm Anna. I love Marvin. Marvin is marrying Emma. Marvin's a butcher. I love him. He's a great boy. He's so great. But he's marrying Emma because Emma's dad is in the guards. And I don't think they're really in love. I think it's just like it's a buzz business, so it's not that bad. You guys would break it up, but I'll give you 15 gold to get over there and ruin the wedding, because if I do it, I'll get arrested.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go over there.
So if you
let's stop off at a clothes shop and buy.
No, I've got a design. I've got a disguise kit.
If you wore a wedding dress, that'd spoil anyone's day. Someone turning up in a wedding dress.
Yeah, but I was going to come in really I'd be like dressed as a lady in very revealing clothing. I'd be like, oh, is it Marvin?
Marvin, yeah.
Oh, Marvin,
oh yeah, look at them titties or whatever. Or not something.
No, I'd be like, who's she? Like,
yeah.
And then I'll be game
I'm just coming to hang out at the church.
Yeah, I was going past.
I came in for communion.
I heard there's a free bar.
How do you want to go about putting on a wedding dress?
Oh, essentially. Okay, so
no, he's not. It's not going to be a wedding dress. He's just going to dress very.
No, just scantily. I'm going to be disguised.
So you want to recognize yourself by like ripping bits off your own clothes to make it more revealing.
Seductive lady.
Gotcha.
So he's got, he'll have like some nice
roll for that. What do you reckon you're rolling for that?
Okay, well, it's either going to be acrobatics, depending on how adventurous I need to get in the church, or deception.
Yeah, I find persuasion and deception are there together.
All right, let's do it.
Go for it.
That's on the corner. That's all over the shop.
That's what we say when we get a low one. We say
it's an 8. It's like dirty. You know what I mean? Like it's not that seductive. It's like it's a bit much.
I love that. Is that me opening a can? You're on Marvin.
Bana.
So I'm Marvin this way.
Don't put a ring on that. You don't know where that finger's been.
You set off towards the wedding, trying to cause as much of a fuss as possible, walking arm in arm down the road, shouting horrible smut. You are walking down towards the wedding. You can see that there is a hustle and bustle of people like standing around outside of the church trying to get a look in. And then the church is full and you can hear the organ coming from inside.
Come on, that's it. Normally silent.
You're walking up, there's a big crowd in front of you, and the church is there in front of you as well.
Right, so I'm dressed like this. How does a barbarian dress these days? What are you wearing?
What am I wearing?
Yeah.
Or
who?
Oh,
for a barbarian,
it's Vera Wang. I'm wearing. It's actually Vera's Wang. It's kind of a knockoff, right? But there was a group of people called the Veras, and they were other warriors, and I emasculated all of them, and I wear their penises as like a suit. I don't know how you didn't notice that earlier while we were walking around. That it's
so this whole time
you were flopping cock.
I've been wearing kind of a couture dong.
It's very nice. Is all I was going to say.
Thank you.
Will you be my guest at the wedding?
It will be on my honour.
Let's go.
You both cause what do you want to try and walk through the crowd with your dress to try and cut a swathe? People just
I think they'll probably move back when they see what I'm wearing.
Yeah. And that will create a stage for me to be like, you're right, Marvin.
You walk in, you hype man behind him.
Yeah, I'm like, gangway. This is
gotcha. Roll for it. Roll for
gangway. Not to be confused with three-way, which is what we'll be doing after the podcast. I rolled an 11 plus 2, I suppose. It's 13.
You successfully cut a swathe through the crowd. People step aside when they see what you're wearing. They step aside in fear. They're murmuring to one another, but you make your way up to the back of the church. And now there's an usher there, and he looks at you and he looks intimidated, and he goes, bride or groom?
I'm like, who's getting married?
No,
didn't know I didn't.
Or you could say, when he says bride or groom, you could say, I should think it's perfectly obvious we're neither. But you wouldn't. No. It was what you said. Who's getting married?
I didn't know wedding were happening.
Yeah. This is a disguise of your voice that you've done as well.
Yeah. Johnny Vegas now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because people get married in Vegas. I get that's right.
Roll for charisma to see if you talk your way in.
Yeah, because I thought it was like a communion and I was just walking by the church. I didn't know it was a wedding. Okay, that's a 7. 9.
A 9, yeah. He's intimidated enough that it works. You get in anyway.
Okay.
You know, but
I feel like you're being liberal. Okay.
He doesn't really buy it. He looks at you and he goes, fucking, yeah, groom, obviously, typical, eh? And he elbows his friend.
Yeah.
And then as you're walking your way into the church and you're directed to your seat by someone else, you can hear him go, huh? Oh, bride, eh? Typical. He just says that to everybody as they walk in.
I thought that was Arthur, but
yeah, you feel disgruntled as you make your way towards your seat. You are on the edge, you're near the back, you're like the last 4 or 5 people in. The ceremony has already begun, and the preacher guy walks out in front and starts to he starts doing all like welcoming everybody, and the thing has gotten started. And pretty quickly, there's no fucking around like in this world. He's getting straight to the vows, and he.
Well, I'm looking up, man.
You got to make a move, like.
He reaches out and he's conducting the ceremony. He's taking the hand of both of them and he's putting their hands together, and they've got like a cloth and they're wrapping it around. So come up with a plan.
So like it's a church, so it's going to be good acoustics.
That's true.
So I'm just going to be shouting. I'm going to be like, Marvin!
Yeah.
Marvin!
Yeah. Go on.
That's my plan.
Okay.
I mean, you shout Marvin in the church.
Well, I mean, roll for that, and then if it goes well, you'll have to expand.
I hope it goes well. Because I'm interested.
What am I shouting? What's my other thing?
Charisma, I guess. I
Yeah, let's do it. Oh, 20 and
It's a 20!
Marvin!
It was a 20. He turns around and he looks at you like, oh no, like the butcher's son is like, oh no, and you know, he's worried. You know, it seems like he recognizes you. He's worried about someone who looks like you turning up at his wedding and shouting, and he looks at you and he goes, he's got nothing else to lose, so he shouts, what?
Okay.
Who's your one? I thought you loved me, Marvin. Marvin! And then I'm going to keep shouting his name.
Gotcha.
I'm going to get more ecstatic, and I'm going to start grabbing Felgore and embracing him on his cock dress.
Gotcha. What do you want to do, Felgore?
I've noticed that the bride has turned to Marvin and she's just saying, Marvin, what's all this? But just as she's finishing saying, what's all this? I slapped the taste out of her mouth. They're working it out.
Roll for unarmed strike.
On a female, it must be noted.
14 plus 4, 18.
You successfully slap the taste out of her mouth. You
let them talk. They're working it out.
You knock Emma, the daughter of the guard in town. You knock her over to one side, and she's on the ground. She takes 4 damage and falls over onto the ground on her wedding day. And Marvin looks at you, and he throws a punch at you as well. So now you're in a fist fight with Marvin.
Okay.
So roll for me.
Like, I think at this point we've already ruined the wedding.
15 plus, what is it, strength? Or dexterity?
It would be strength.
Oh, so 19.
19, yeah. You successfully get to have a sock at him first. You do 2 damage to him. He tries to punch back at you and does 2 damage to you as well.
I'm going to put this cunt in a coma.
There's a lot of screaming behind you. You look behind, you can see that people are coming over towards you. Everyone is like, you know, trying to like scuffle at you and try and knock you all down. It's time to run or it's time to fight people. What do you want to do?
Alright, so here's my issue. I got 9 health.
Okay.
So I need to do my health potion magic.
Yeah.
So if we're going to fight, I got to do health potion.
Well, we can just book it. We can just hightail it out of there.
But I think I need to shout something to make it clear that Marvin loves me and fully ruin the wedding.
Gotcha.
Like, right now, I look like a lunatic.
I suggest running out of there and go for that and roll for whatever you want to say on the way out, I guess.
What am I going to say on the way out?
I don't know. Pull out a used condom.
Oh,
what's that then? What the fuck is that? Or something. I don't know.
Well, I don't have one in my inventory list. I only have.
How come you don't have used rubbers on the list? That's ridiculous. I'm supposed to be having a game here.
I can do an illusion of a used rubber. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do a minor illusion. Right, so from 50 yards, so I can do that up at the altar beside her, of me holding a used rubber beside him going,
so you want to do it like a projector image on top of the
make it
altar.
Look like it was like on his stag in Newcastle, like, you know, like
All right,
meanwhile I'm running out.
Gotcha. You're both running out of there, and you on your way out you do this. Roll for it. See if it
Okay,
works.
that's 13, and then that's going to be 4 for magic.
It's a 17.
Get the projector ready, baby.
People are slowed down by seeing the giant projection of you holding up, and the music from Love Island is playing in the background.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
horrific.
That is
They
bad.
sound-
And
they get the
Hollyoaks,
reference.
you know that one's like it's like
Yeah,
horrible.
yeah.
You get it, right?
Yeah.
It's woeful. That flashes up. People are slowed down. You successfully run away. You are out of the wedding, and there are now just 2 groomsmen that are chasing after you. I want you to both roll for dexterity.
Okay.
12.
11 plus 2, 13.
Yeah, you are running ahead. One of them falls over, and one of them is now just running after you. There's still one guy chasing after you, and he wants a fist fight as well. He's like, "You ruined my little sister's wedding. I'm gonna fucking kill you!" And he's running after you. He throws a swing at the back of your head and does 1 damage
Who's that, Tim?
Me.
to Felgore, the Uncharitable.
Okay.
You're going next.
Am I go next?
Yeah.
You know what? Like, I think I should just kind of diffuse the situation more than anything. So I think an unarmed strike should
Gotcha.
I only want to soften his cough.
Gotcha,
You know what I
gotcha.
mean? I don't want to.
You try and get him
don't
like
end his life.
in the throat.
Very charitable of you.
A little, just say it like that. Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You punch
7.
It's a 7. You don't really hit him at all. You just give him like an encouraging, like a tap on the shoulder.
Hey,
Okay,
you're
buddy,
alright.
You can hit me again. Next
You're
up,
all right,
come on.
pal.
Yeah, it's intimidating, but he's still going to fight you.
Okay.
Next up, it's you.
See, I feel like if I bring,
Stitches.
like, my only weapon is the fireball or a dagger. I
Have you
feel
still
like
got
bringing
the Johnny?
it. Yeah, flick the Johnny in his eye. Fireball is too much for a wedding. I'll blow up the church.
No, sure,
You're out of the church now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but still, like, if I miss him, I know the way this goes. I roll a 2, and all of a sudden there's no church, and I'm in jail.
I have leg of goat. I don't know what it does, but if you wanted to slap him with that or something.
Okay, hang on. I'm still dressed as
Like a bride.
so. Right, we're gonna call it unarmed, but I'm actually taking off a shoe and I'm gonna smack that bitch in the face.
Oh yes.
Now but that will be an unarmed strike, I imagine. But we know it's with the shoe.
Gotcha. Well, you can have a plus something for a shoe. I don't know.
Plus 18 or something, I'd say.
Plus, but give whatever double your unarmed strike is.
Okay, 2. That's going to be a 6.
A 6. You somehow also give him an encouraging tap with the shoe on the side. You like
We're
present
building his confidence. This is terrible.
extra confidence. He punches both of you and does 3 damage to each of you.
Oh, here, I need medicine.
He kicked both of you in the head at the same time.
Oh my
For
god.
God's
I need
sake.
medicine in my neck, so you got to do this.
Gotcha. It's your go again, Felgore.
Do you know what? Maybe we should just convince him to. No, do you know what? No, I was going to say.
You're
No, I was going to say, but he was giving him enough encouragement now. I think that's actually giving him a false sense of security, and it's about time.
I don't think it's false. He's battering us.
Yeah, well,
He's doing it right.
yeah, that's true. That's true. But you know what? He's been battering us while we've been giving him friendly arm slaps.
I've been running after him with one shoe on.
I'm gonna put an axe through his fucking head.
Roll for it. Roll for axe.
19 plus 4, fucking 25.
You cut his head in half. He's absolutely dead.
Too right.
This wedding is fucked.
That was- Do you know what? Because we were trying to be nice with him, and then he keeps at it. Do you know what? That's it.
I did
draw
try
a
to hit him
line.
with a shoe.
I draw
Now,
a line.
you're nearby the busy part of town. There's a bit that people only come through sometimes. It's like, sort of like an industrial spot.
Okay.
Do you want to do anything to try and cover up the body, make it look like anything else, or do you want to just walk in towards town like nothing happened?
Can I make it look like a suicide?
What do you want to roll for that?
Look, I said.
Roll for luck and pick up the body and throw it, and where it lands we'll decide on what you roll.
9, 6,
A
7,
6. No, it somehow you've managed to like. It looks like only you could have thrown it down in the trail of blood.
And now you're covered in DNA.
Yeah, you got a bunch on your legs.
To be honest, I think I'm covered in DNA from the cock dress.
Okay.
Let's just say there was DNA everywhere.
You two walk off towards town. You're back into that dark town square again. You have the option of going to the dark jobs post, or you can go to the other one. The new.
Well, I'd like to get our money for this job.
Yeah, of course. On your way back between the where you are and the jobs post, you meet the lady along the way. It was Anna, right? And she's looking at you and she's waving and she's pointing and she's laughing at like the smoke coming from the church and the bells are ringing, and she's smiling and laughing, and she's got the purse of money and she's holding it out for you to come and get it. So you want to take it.
And she's going to give us the 15. It's not like, oh, now that you're here, it's actually only 10.
Nope, she said,
okay.
Here's your 15.
Any bookers you'd like to name in that?
Comedy promoters, be wide.
Here we go. So you are.
Can I
who
use a
wants the
health
money?
potion on myself?
Yeah, you can use your health potion. Go.
He'll take the money while I'm doing the health
Yeah,
potion.
Felgore takes the money. You add it to your gold, and you take your health potion.
D8.
A D8. Here we go. Gotcha. It's a 7.
Oh, I'm back up to 13. Get on, you.
Nice. I'm at 15, so
Sure.
we're okay. You want me to be in good health.
Do I?
We're in the game.
I'm still not over that crackers incident. Right, yeah, well, I reckon we go to the dark one again. I reckon we tackle the mafia
Yeah,
thing.
I think so as well.
Just intimidate, and then the pub. Then we go to the pub then.
Yeah.
And then...
Just for an hour.
Yeah, we'll come back and finish the podcast. hey, come on, lads.
So what do you want to do?
Dartboard.
Gotcha.
Dartboard.
You head towards
Mafia
that one. You want to hear your options again?
Yeah, go on.
As you're walking away, Anna's waving at you. Goes, "Thank you so much. You've done such a wonderful thing today.
Yeah, all right.
Marvin and I are so in love, and thank you so much. You've done such a really great thing for the town. Thank you."
Marvin's still nowhere to be seen.
Well, no, you can faintly hear the sound of church bells ringing.
Can I say no worries, and then to Stitches under my breath, kind of go, "You lunatic." Can I just sit
Roll for charisma to see if you pull it off.
Hey, it's a simple line.
I already know it's going to land. If you deliver it, it'll land.
9.
It's a 9. You successfully pull it off.
Yeah.
I'm like, Canada, that was a bit loud, mate.
Yeah.
She didn't hear.
Yeah.
She didn't hear.
She nearly hears.
Good line.
She hears you say something and then laugh like. She gets a bad feeling.
Oh, well, okay. Well, she's a homewrecker, so.
You did kill a guy with an axe.
He was overly confident. I don't like that.
You were wearing a dress made of penises.
You walk over towards the jobs post. You can see that there are all the signs you saw before. Break up a business, intimidate a witness, kill a mascot, kill a cheesemonger, or orphanage looking for recruits.
Okay, we're not going for the orphanage. I like the mafia one, but now I'm worried they'll skimp on the money. And then we'll ask them to try and pay, and then they'll be like, "Hey, no, get out of here."
Are they Italian mobsters? Is that?
Yeah, that's
I don't think I could keep that up. I think they'll probably talk with my voice, but every time I say it, I'll say "they said" in an Italian mobster sort of a way.
Okay.
Yeah, like the Simpsons.
I feel like this is a bit stereotyping, though, isn't it? There's Latin gangsters.
Go to your nuns bit again.
All right.
No, I'm not going to do the voice of mobsters. I'm not going to probably do the voice.
Okay, so I'm not too.
I ain't going to do the voice of nobody.
What's the mascot one? Can we kill a mascot? It sounds like a
mascot. Do you want more details about that one?
Yeah.
There's Milford the Duck. There's a guy who owns a pub called the Rusty Fuck, and he's jealous of a pub called the Wonky Duck. And the Wonky Duck is so called because it has a mascot who's a duck called Milford.
Any pub with a mascot needs to be shut down. We're in.
Although, after we've had the falling out earlier, do we want to get back into quackers like that?
I'll take this on my own.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit this one out. No, okay. So, what's the intimidated witness one?
There is an intimidated witness. There's a trial coming up for a mobster named Billy Burgundy, and he wants you to intimidate a blacksmith.
Yeah, let's intimidate that blacksmith. Yeah,
The mafia aren't going to pay us all the money, man.
they are. They're men of their word. If you do what you're supposed to, which we may or may not do, we're kind of incompetent. But
Okay, let's do that then. But are you still wearing a cock outfit?
no.
That's what you're wearing.
Yeah, it is.
So you haven't changed back into anything either.
Yeah, no, that's deliberate. I'm going to court. I want to look respectable.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, mafia.
So you want to take the intimidated witness?
Yeah, let's do that.
We're not going to intimidate him in court. We can't let him. We have to have him intimidated before he goes to court. When they say intimidated witness, it's not someone in the court pointing at you and going, "Don't you say that."
Holding up a teddy and cutting the head off.
You got to get it in beforehand. You go to his place of work. Intimidate a witness in the courtroom. The judge will fucking see you. Right, yeah, let's go and do this.
You take the piece of parchment and you head towards the meeting place. There is a club called Burgundy's, and you walk in and there's a load of people drinking around the place, and they look at you and they look kind of suspicious, and then they go back to their drinks again.
Okay.
I think we're going to be used to that by now.
Yeah, we're getting those looks. Alright, so is he in here, this blacksmith?
The blacksmith is not in here. This is where you get more information
yeah.
on the job. This is Burgundy's place. Do you want to look around to see if you see
Okay.
a barman or a back room or what?
Or hear anyone speaking in an Italian accent.
Yeah, or see if there's someone just sitting at a table on his own and someone whispers something in his ear and then walks back to the bar, that kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
I'm going to look for that specific.
Roll for perception.
Exactly.
16.
You fucking see exactly that, Danny.
I knew it.
You got it. That's
I knew
exactly what you see. You can tell that it's that guy over there sitting in the dark corner, and he's drinking a whiskey, and he's sitting at a big table, and he knows that you're there, and he's kind of looking at you through the darkness. What do you want to do?
I just I'm gonna walk over and say I heard there might be some work going for a man who'd be interested. It's on the jobs board.
Yeah.
Like if the blacksmith sees that, they're screwed. They really shouldn't advertise those things publicly.
It was written in some kind of invisible ink that blacksmiths can't read.
I knew
it's
it.
something to do with being too near the forge.
Yeah,
his eyes are
yeah.
very specifically fucked in that way. He couldn't see it.
I've heard about that. I've heard about blacksmith eye. Yeah, that's okay. So yeah, I'd say while not actually looking directly at him, I'd just say there may be some work going around here for a man who is willing. I kind of start off like I'm a New York, but then I go into cowboy.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, he sees it too, and he kind of gets it. He sees that you're nervous. He's like, "Listen, we're fine. There's 15 gold here for you if you just intimidate a blacksmith. We've got a certain legal dispute coming up, and we just want to make sure he does the right thing."
Okay. You want to tell me about what this legal dispute is?
I don't think it would be healthy for you to know that. There's 15 gold if you just go and convince this blacksmith to do the right thing.
I appreciate a man who keeps his counsel. Yes, we will do it.
Gotcha. You have agreed to intimidate a witness. This 15 gold will be there for you at Burgundy's. You set off in the direction of the blacksmith's place. It is getting near closing time at all the shops. As you walk out into the streets, the torches are being lit along the way, and you approach a blacksmith. He has his back to you, and he is cleaning up all of his tools as you approach him from behind.
Oh,
okay.
I know what to do, right?
Gotcha.
So you're in your outfit. I keep calling it a dress. It kind of is, but you're gonna you stand back. Yeah, you're wearing your knob dress. I'm dressed as Johnny Vegas.
Yeah.
I go over and I go, "You're a blacksmith."
You're still doing the voice as well.
Yeah, but I'm still in the outfit.
No,
I mean, we might make a stop at a costume shop next.
Yeah, but it works for this one.
Of course it does. You're still in character. Of course.
Gonna be a bit flirty.
Right.
All right, and I'm going to say, "Oh, you're a bit in trouble with mafia," like that, right? And then I say,
With mafia.
and I see him.
Offer him a drink out of that flask of wine because he's going to be.
Oh, good, yeah. So I bring my flask of wine over and I'm going to be like, "Here, look, blah, blah, blah." Get him a flirty and go, "See him? See that dress he has on? Yeah, he's fleeced all them cocks off, whatever he's going to do.
Roll for.
Would you like to be part of the dress or would you like to be a blacksmith?"
Oh.
Like that, like all
Roll for
sassy.
charisma.
Like,
Yeah,
would
yeah.
you like to be part of it? You know.
Yeah. See if you can intimidate him.
But kind of suggesting that I'll skin him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've probably
You
not
can
been
say
saying that dress
after.
is
Let him have his go.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. That's an 11. That's going to be 13.
You say it. He doesn't quite get the accent. He's never heard anyone speak like that before.
He should have done that.
has.
And he gets it though, and he seems frightened, and he's back. He's like, "Whoa, who sent you? What is this?"
He said, "It's a shakedown."
It's not a shakedown.
Felgore. What do you want to do next?
I'm supposed to be good extort if you put off.
Yeah, he's a blacksmith.
We do need
Fucking cash. Yes.
Okay, I'm like, business good, is it, Blackie? He's not. He's a white guy. I mean, blacksmith. He's not. It's not. I'm not.
I hear you.
There's no racial element.
I hear you. Roll for charisma to see if that comes across.
Okay. I hope it doesn't come across. Can I roll for charisma in real life for when this podcast goes out? Oh no, it's a 5.
Oh, it's a 5. Yeah, but he doesn't appreciate it.
Yeah, oh god. Yeah.
Are all of the penises on your outfit?
Like,
Yeah.
Are all of the penises on your outfit white?
no, it's a mix.
Okay, just in case, because it could have been an easy argument for him.
Well, no. Well, if they were all anyway.
He successfully perceives that this isn't a race thing. We move on.
Okay.
He is intimidated, but he still asks again, "Who sent you? What is this?"
Can I'd like to produce my leg of goat and say, does this mean anything to you?
All right, roll for charisma. See if it works.
19 plus 1. That's a 20.
He gets it.
That mafia, you must use goat legs as a weapon or something.
It's just dumb luck. It's the goat leg mafia. You successfully intimidate him. He gets it. Okay. I won't go to court. I won't go to trial. I won't do it. And he just turns around. And he just keeps like packing up his stuff. But you can hear him kind of like crying as he's packing up his stuff. He's like really shook up by the incident.
Okay. When he should be.
But I didn't hear, because I was in the toilet in the pub, what happened with the mafia.
They said that the money would be left there for me.
Yeah, but what did he do? Why we shut him down? Why is he crying?
You couldn't find that out. He said it would be best not to talk.
Well, I'm going to talk to him about it. Why is he crying then?
You walk back towards the pub.
Okay.
You are now back at Burgundy's. It's like a place that serves beer and it's an inn and stuff.
I think it's our wine with that name, but okay.
I said beer and stuff, I believe. You walk towards the back table, and he's there, and he says, "Is it done? Is the blacksmith going to be loud, or is he going to be quiet?"
You can talk to him because
I'll do my normal voice.
While we're in the pub, I'll use the bathroom there.
I'm saying he's going to be quiet, but I feel like I want to push for more info because your man seemed very upset. I don't like the way we left things.
Yeah.
It seemed to be a personal issue because he cried. So I'm going to say, yeah, maybe I'll get the money off him first. Actually,
Gotcha.
I shouldn't be left alone for these things.
You reach out for the money, and
reach out for the money. I'm going to take the money off him, and then I'm going to see what happens next.
Gotcha. You take the money, and then you.
So he gives me the money.
He gives you the money. You've got the money in your inventory. Inventory.
Yeah.
Inventory, and you can add 15 gold.
So I'm adding 15 gold, and
then you ask.
I'm getting out of my costume. I'm back in my wizard hat.
You want to change in front of everybody. You want to get the nip and then put more on.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Just to let them know I'm a wizard.
Gotcha.
And I want to know what that was about.
Right. You roll for charisma to see how that comes across.
Alright, that was only a 12.
It was a 12? Yeah, it's awkward when you take off all of your clothes and put back on wizard clothes while asking what this court case is about.
Danny, with your clothes off. I'm going to the Jacks for 2 minutes and come back in your news. Trying to concentrate on the podcast here.
Big old Billy Burgundy looks at you and he's not impressed and he goes, "I think you should leave."
Alright.
I kind of feel like picking a fight. I don't like how we left it with your man. We got the money. It's already there. I have it. Don't worry about it.
You have the cash, okay.
And I've changed an outfit now.
Okay.
So I'm back looking like a wizard.
Yeah.
I don't like the way they're sassing us. Do you want to leave them or do you want to just tackle them a bit more? I want to find out what that argument was about.
I don't know what the argument was.
So we don't know. Why are we silencing him?
Oh yeah, why are you silencing him?
Because he was crying. Who cries when you silence them?
Children.
Yeah, exactly. Why are the mafia taking on children? And why are children working as blacksmiths?
It's ridiculous. Did you just do a look to camera there?
Oh, Keith.
I did a friend. I did.
Billy calls, he snaps his fingers, and some big guys come over and they start pulling you out towards the door.
Alright, okay.
They kind of grab you roughly by the elbows and go, "Come on, it's time to get out of here."
But I look back going, I won't forget. Like that.
Yeah. A wizard never forgets.
Yeah, but I am still holding the flask of wine from earlier.
Yeah.
So I may look drunk.
Yeah, you might look drunk.
So I might forget.
You swill around a little bit of wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. Some spills on the ground. You're kicked out. You're thrown out into the street. You are back. You walk back through the alley. You're back in the town square of the dark post where the jobs are there.
How many days have passed?
You're at night time now, but you're still on the first day.
Oh.
Okay. Well, let's get a little bit more work in because we're behind the 8 ball there. Like,
But let's go to the pub one. When we solve that, we can have a few pints after.
Perfect. Yeah.
So let's do that because any pub with a mascot is not a pub.
Yeah, that is stupid.
A fucking duck.
That's stupid.
It's out of line.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Let's tackle the duck.
Yeah.
You head towards the pub. The pub is the Rusty Fuck, where the job is going on. The Rusty Fuck is at this kind of dodgy end of town, and the Wonky Duck, is up the street that way. It's a pretty straight line up that way. You walk in to the Rusty Fuck. There's a guy there. He's the barman. He seems like a very big lad. It's not a very big place. He's the only one who works there, but there's only like 2 or 3 regulars knocking around. Like, it's kind of shite. Like, the fire's real small. It seems a bit miserable.
The lads who sit in the same place in the bar, even though there's loads of places.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
And they're the best spots as well.
Yeah, they are, in fairness.
So the barman comes in and goes, "What'll it be, lads?"
Well,
Not a pint.
we got a pint in anyway.
You
You have to order a pint if you
Are
want
they
to.
free though? Because we have very limited gold.
No, it's £1 for a pint for the 2 of you.
So 2 pints and 1 gold.
2 pints, $1.
Yeah, go on, so yeah.
If you were to ask me how much one would get me, sir, I would tell you a riddle.
Okay, so you got the ones reading real life earlier, so I get these ones in.
That was your birthday pint.
That was right. Don't start.
I won't.
Thanks. So yeah, a couple of pints there, please.
You hand over £1 and you get 2 pints served out to you.
Beautiful.
You are sitting there with your pints. Do you want to sup at them or do you want to down them?
Some of them we gotta fit in. Gotta get the guys to like us, and then we'll engage them now in a few minutes.
You sit around and you have a pint, and in doing so, you do seem to ingratiate yourself to the locals.
Yeah, we'll be talking about sports and stuff. We'll be like,
these
"Did you
lads
see
are
the
nice."
sports?
Yeah.
The other day?
Yeah.
And then you'll be like, "Yeah, did you?" And then the lads are over here, and they're like, "We saw the sports," and then
Yeah.
because that's how it happens.
There's a bit of banter. Roll for banter.
What's that going to be? Charisma.
Probably.
16.
12.
Yeah, you successfully have a bit of banter.
A bit more banter from.
Yeah, you knew some of the names of the
That's-
pig bladder kicker ball players.
Yeah.
You knew some of the names a little bit better. So you're sitting around, and now the barman is like coming over towards you. He sees that you're like 2/3 finished on your pints, and he's like, "Would you like another one, lads? And would you be interested in any bit of work at all?"
Oh, and he knows what's up.
I'll say, let's try haggling free pint and go, "Well, here, I'd be interested to talk about work. If only I had a drink to think about it over."
I don't know if you'd hear me. My response, my throat is so dry. You know, I do need to
And
roll
just slide it over.
Roll for charisma to see how you wink when you say this.
20.
9.
You successfully pull it off. It's great.
Oh.
He immediately hands out 2 pints to you, and they're free. And he goes on the house, and he leans in and he starts telling you the story. He says, "This place isn't very busy, as you can see, and we do need some help with a certain quack problem down the old road."
Wow, I thought he was going to have a synonym for road, but he didn't. This barman
quite literal.
couldn't really think of anything else.
He goes, "Listen, I'll just lay it out. If you kill Milford the duck, I'll give you 15 gold. Enjoy your pints, lads." And he goes back over to talk to the locals.
Can I say I want to talk to Stitches and say, the mafia, the organised crime, if we just scare a guy, they give us 15 gold. This pub landlord wants us to do a murder
Of a duck.
for the same price.
Yeah.
With blood in our hands.
The mafia saw me spilling wine in a wine bar, and they kicked me out.
Yeah,
They don't even top up my glass. We got 2 free pints here.
That's
He's
true.
a good skin, this fella.
That's true.
Let me use my flame ball to roast this duck, and let's get on with the money stuff.
And we can.
I was nearly sassy there,
can
and
I-
I forgot the job.
When you say mascot, it's not like a football mascot where it's a guy dressed up as a duck. It's an actual duck. Is that the story?
No.
Is it an
It has
actual?
to be a duck costume, sure.
Is it a duck costume or is it a duck?
Roll for charisma to see if the locals tell you.
Oh my god. This better not be a real duck.
1. So I'm
14.
2. Okay, he might be.
14. You well, it's a 1, so everybody drink. But
Oh yeah, of course.
And also that negates the 14 because the 1 is so horrific. You say, what is it, some kind of a duck, man? And they don't want to talk to you at all. They're like, indicating at you to finish up your pints and get out. So you both have to down your pints and get out of there. Can you both roll for constitution, please? That is strength.
16.
6.
Right, you, Felgore, feel absolutely fine. You, Stitches, feel quite drunk.
That's about right.
You're going to roll disadvantage on your next couple of moves. You head out and you walk up the street. You're heading on a bit of a pub crawl from this pub up towards the Wonky Duck. You're walking along the street. You arrive up at the door and there's a bouncer there and he's looking at you and he says, how are you tonight, lads?
You handle this.
I'm grand. yeah, grand. Like, yeah, grand. Like that.
Yeah, gotcha. Roll for charisma to see if you pull it off. Damn it!
5.
It's a 5. You look drunker than he does. You step forwards, and I want you to roll for.
Do you know what? It's the shoes I'm wearing. I stumbled a little bit, but I'm actually not. I'm not
You've
that
been saying
pissed.
it all day.
I'm not that pissed.
You shouldn't have had cocks for heels.
I told you I was grand.
Yeah. So I'm going to be like, hey, we saw the duck mascot.
Yeah, and we want to come in and see
now
it.
come in.
Roll for it.
To
See
see
what you
the
got.
duck man.
I need you to roll twice and take your worst one, though. I'm afraid.
Okay, so that's a 5 and that's a 7.
Yeah.
So we're not getting in.
Probably not.
Regardless. And that's a 19. That's very bad.
I know, but that yeah.
So the 9 is what counts.
You have to take the 9 or the
9,
7, whatever it was, the lower one. Yeah.
Oh, 7. Sorry,
because you're
7.
drunk. You have to take the worst one. The bouncer goes, probably not tonight, lads, and kind of indicates at you to take a walk over that way.
Okay.
As you walk over
I like
that
the
way,
sound of that probably.
as you take a walk, as you optimistically take a walk over towards the side of a pub, you hear the sound of pissing, and you look around. You can see that along the side of the pub there appears to be kind of like an alleyway with grass on one side, and you can get around to the side or the back of the pub, and there's a lad pissing in that alleyway as well.
I think we climbed that and we asked the lad about the duck.
Yeah, what's the story with that duck? Anyway, casual.
Okay, gotcha.
Casual.
And we won't look at his knob or anything.
It's quite a slim, like an alley.
You can't help but glance.
Yeah, but you can't.
Gotcha.
No.
Hold on. We can handle
can't
all of
go near
this.
it.
I've got this. You're going to roll for dexterity as you go along. It's not a very wide alley. You're going to see if you can pick your way without stepping in the piss. Okay. Also, while you're doing that, I want you to separately roll for perception to see if you catch his dick.
Okay. I don't. You just want to glance. It's purely
A glance.
curiosity.
Yeah, we'll see how the glance goes. So first dexterity.
See your
17.
You avoid the piss.
He's going to see your dick suit. I'm going to roll twice, isn't it?
Yeah, sure.
It's 11. And that's 12.
At 12, you successfully don't get any piss on your shoes either. Now both of you roll for perception to see as you were going by, what do you see? Or how subtle are you?
Oh, well.
Oh, that's 3. I'm seeing
3.
That's a 1 actually. So 1 doesn't add the add-on, so that's 1.
Oh yes.
Oh, I got you.
1.
Okay, great.
So we don't. Is that we don't?
And a 20. For fuck's sake.
Well, yeah. I mean, you have sobered up at this stage. You're out of disadvantage, but you just point at his dick and go, "That's a cock you have there, like he has on his dress." And you walk by, and you don't get to ask him anything about the duck. He looks frightened. He finishes up. And he runs away.
Yeah, fair.
You are walking.
You wouldn't want to have your willy out around me when you saw the outfit, like.
That's what I was worried about.
You will keep walking along the edge of the building. You can see that there's the back of the building where there's a smoking area where there's people hanging out, and you can see a door in through to the kitchen on the side of the building.
I'm glad that this area has passed smoking indoors legislation. Because honestly, it's reduced cancer
People
rates.
are smoking dragon crack outside. It's a way worse society in different ways.
Okay, in other ways, yeah.
They're all on their phones, but it's like a shell. It's hard.
Yeah. So we
it's so fucking allegorical. Oh, it's so hot right now.
we need to find out where and what is this duck like. We need to talk to somebody.
Hold on. I think what is the duck? We need to find where it is. The what is a fireball is going to kill that bit. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah,
human in a costume or duck on
if
the
it's an
street.
actual duck, we might be able to eat it and get some health off it.
Either way, we're probably going to want to eat it.
We could cannibalise the man as well. Yes, that's true. Look, we need to talk to somebody.
We need to, where is the duck? Is what we want to ask.
So there's people outside in the smoking area, yeah?
Yeah, there are indeed.
Yeah, so let's go over there and be all casual.
I'll ask for a lighter.
Maybe you hang back though. No, maybe because you remember you're wearing a big dress full of cock.
You can try and disguise yourself before you go out there.
Yeah, do you know what? It's about, I think, because...
John, my disguise kit.
Yeah.
You dressed as a woman from Newcastle.
I think a lot of the time with our social interactions, probably the penile gown is kind of
It's limiting us.
yeah, I think
It has.
it's putting something in people's heads before I even say anything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's ruined a few dinners at least at this stage.
Yeah.
So you're now a
kind of-
Newcastle woman.
No, I can.
No, pick whatever costume you want. Come up
That
with
was
a
the
plan for
best
what you
one,
want to
though.
say.
Okay, so for a disguise, I could have birdwatcher gear on, like I'm a Twitcher, you know.
Yeah.
So that I can say to people, "What's all this I hear about a duck around the place?" And then they'll either say, "Yes, there is a duck," or else they say, "Oh, you've got the wrong end of the stick, mate. It's actually a man dressed as a duck."
I'm with you.
And
I like it.
Yeah, and that'll prep our strategy.
Alright. Just one small thing.
Okay.
You can use my disguise kit, but I'm not holding your cock dress while you're doing it.
No, I
But
can.
you can carry that in
But sure, we're at a bar. I'll stick it in the cloakroom.
the cock room.
Cockroom, yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, okay.
Alright. So we're going to walk up to people and do that. So let's roll. Let's walk up to a lad.
Yeah. So I've changed into a bird watcher's outfit.
Oh, amazing.
So I'm going to ask someone. I have a question that I'm going to ask someone. So is there someone nearby?
Gotcha, yeah. There's a bunch of people standing around smoking dragon crack. One of them doesn't look too dragon cracked up and looks at you and kind of like waves like, "Hey, you look nice. Are you a bird watcher?" Kind of like,
Yeah.
What do you want to? How do you want to approach it?
So I just want to say to him like, excuse me, this might seem a bit foolish, but I heard there was a duck mascot here, and I'm a bird watcher, so I haven't seen a duck in 20 years, right? And I was wondering, is it an actual duck, or have I gotten the wrong end of the stick? And comically, I'm now looking for a man in a duck costume, which he'd be like, funny. He'd think that's funny, like.
Yeah.
Roll for charisma. See if you get that right.
14 plus 1, 15.
A 15, you do it. Yeah, it works. You successfully make him laugh, and then all the other people around you and him start laughing as well.
This
and
is
some
a
people are like
fantasy
clapping
word.
on their back, and they say "ha!" and then everyone clapped, and they all just kind of point in towards the stage in the pub inside, where in the center of the dance floor, a little kind of like a cage comes down, and there's a duck inside, and it's a real duck.
A
you
real
can see.
duck.
And that duck is dancing. It's dancing so hard. It's Milford the duck. He's got his little flipper claws going up and
His
down.
flipper claws, yeah.
His little duck feet, I guess.
Duck in 20 years. But I don't remember that.
Everyone's cheering for the duck. Everyone loves him. He is dancing and he's given it all of his heart and soul. Everyone's cheering and everyone's drinking along to him. And everyone raises up their drinks and they all drink at once. And then the cage slowly goes back up into the air. He dances for about 3 minutes and then he gets sent back up. Then everyone kind of slowly goes back to their own conversations. And the dragon...
So we realise that he is actually caged.
Yeah.
And he's in the room above the dance floor.
Yep.
So
I don't want to kill him.
you don't want to
I
kill
want
him.
to free him and pretend he's dead. That's what we'll do. I'll then use my image thing to show the other lad a dead duck. We'll set this boy free,
I like
and then
this.
we'll eat him later on. All right.
We're sparing you for the time being.
We'll let him out in a very small forest so we know where to go back from.
Yeah. But here, meet us here.
That's
Right.
a wonderful plan. So you
So-
want to try and break into the
Upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Gotcha. How do you want to do that? Do you want to try and maybe cause a distraction? Do you want to try and like make everyone like you so you get let up?
Will you have a lockpick?
Yeah, so the old lockpick
Because
is the door's locked.
Yeah.
The thing is,
Tackle like that.
if we do too much damage to the pub while we're stealing this duck, we might get stuck with the bill. So then I'm kicked out of the pub.
Me and me own lockpick.
So you want to try and sneak around to find an open door.
Or I'll open a door.
Or you want to find a locked door and you want to open
Yeah.
Roll for stealth to see if you can make it to an open door. Or a locked door. And open it.
Oh, that's a 2, and then 3. That's
You
3.
got a 3. You really are very obviously in front of most of the bouncers searching around.
Does that even know where there's a door?
Oh, I get that duck, man!
Yeah, we gotta kill him over a rivalry.
It doesn't go quite that far, but people, they seem a little bit suspicious of you now. It seems like you might not be able to find a lock.
Okay, do you know what? I would like to use some dexterity, some acrobatics, because I'm also already quite a large man. You're gonna stand on my shoulders, and I'm actually going to
Throw me.
Yeah, I'm going to jump with you on my shoulders to get up onto the balcony area that's above the dance floor. Because there's an unlocked door up there. I heard.
Right, so there's a second level. There's like a balcony above where it seems like there's a VIP
That's what I
section.
thought, yeah.
You can try and throw him up there and get. If you throw him right, do you want to use throw? That's strength.
Yeah, sure. Okay, 9 plus 4, 13.
Okay, you successfully throw him up there. He's not all the way up. You are hanging on. So I want you to roll for strength as well to see if you can pull yourself up.
My strength is -1. That feels like that means I'm less strong than 0. That's
But you can still roll something great.
Yes, it's 5.
It's a 5. No, you haven't fallen off, but you're hanging on to it.
Oh, I'll have to. No, it's okay. I'll help you. Because do you know what? I have 4 plus strength, so if I can jump up and
you
just
try
give
and
you a push
up his legs to try and help him get up
I'm
there.
just going
Right,
to
go
give
for
you
it
a
again.
boost. I'm going to give you an boost.
Cheeky boost.
17 plus 4, that's 21.
You successfully give him a boost up. He gets up onto the
Boost
onto
back.
VIP balcony.
the
Look at
second
this.
floor. You do you want to throw him up some bloody rope to see if you can get up there as well?
You
Oh,
watch, that'd be handy.
that'd be good, wouldn't
You
it?
throw him up a bit of bloody rope, and he grabs it. You secure it to the post, and now you are both up there on the VIP balcony. There's not that many VIPs around tonight. Most of the people are down on the real dance floor, and the bouncers are all down there, and they're like trying to come over to you, but they have to walk a good bit to get around to the VIP section. So they're coming, but they're not there yet. It's you. There's a few rich people. There's a fancier bar, and in the corner you can see that the duck is hanging out in a little duck bath. He's got a little rubber duck with him.
That's very cute. So
He's got a
take
little
a
brandy.
photo. We're not animals. We Insta story this
Yeah.
for sure.
I would have thought it was fitting if you had a little rubber human, but
Very good. So that's what you Instagram.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
You Instagram that. Disappointed.
if only.
If only this, and then I share a story because it tagged me.
But you Photoshop in a little rubber human and get more likes.
Oh,
Because of my
Fall out
charisma.
forever. Because of your online charisma. That's a different role. Alright, great. You see the duck there, you take a photo. What do you want to do next?
I reckon I can talk to him and get him to lead him over to us.
Of course, just
Say, get over here, duck. We have food.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You try and coax the duck over, roll for it. Animal handling, animal communication.
Talk to animals, yeah.
Talk to animals.
Yeah.
So that's a 9, and then I gotta add my magic, which is 13.
Gotcha. The duck seems like he will follow you. Yeah. He shakes himself off, gets out of the bath, and starts walking towards you. You can hear the voices of the bouncers coming towards you. People sound like worried, and you can hear like tables being smashed out of the way. Bouncers are fucking running towards you.
Because they saw us jumping up. I mean,
They did.
you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And do you know what? They wouldn't even tell you why you're being kicked out. They just hold you by the arm. It's
Yeah.
like, I told you I'm going.
Yeah.
I already told you I was going.
Yeah, and in that way that makes your arm feel real small no matter what the size of your arm is.
Yeah. And it's like, I told you I was going. You're actually doing this as a power thing. Anyway.
Yeah. Because you have an idea on your
That
arm.
was last night. Let's move on.
Alright.
And then they crack your tooth and say nothing about it.
Yeah.
You've still got another moment before the bouncers get there. What do you want to do? Do you want to run? Do you want to try and fight anybody?
Do you know what? I'm because they're at distance, and we need to keep them at distance. I have a longbow.
To do what? The bouncers or the duck? Because we can just kill the duck without a
break the
dodge.
duck's neck. Yeah. Well, if we break the duck's neck, the bouncers are going to be rats. But so if you can, if you can strangle the duck or whatever, how do you want to do it?
But are we definitely going to strangle the duck?
Overfeed it, then it'll be more delicious. Do you have flask
we
of
do
wine?
that-
Oh, some wine, a nice red wine jus. so if you kind of drown him with that, and I'll keep the bouncers at bay.
Why don't we both attack the bouncers and then we'll have free run at the duck and we can just fuck off out of there with the duck. And we can then we'll own the duck.
Yeah, let's take the bouncers out.
Alright, so I'm going to tackle one of them with a fireball.
Gotcha. The bouncers come around the corner. They are coming at you. You are going first. Roll first for me to see if you get hot. No, a bouncer got a 1. One of the bouncers falls over. There are only 2 bouncers now coming towards you. They're big burly guys, but there's only 2 of them.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and on the side
on
note,
first.
I'm still talking to the duck and I'm going, peck that. back to the side of the ground.
Gotcha. Okay, great.
Sorry.
As the duck runs over towards one and starts pecking at them, you cast a fireball at the other one.
So I got a 16 on this with magic 20.
Gotcha. You successfully cast a fireball at one of the bouncers, and you do 6 damage to him. One of the bouncers is on fire. One of them has been pecked and has taken 4 damage from a duck pecking to the face. It is your go, Felgore.
Okay, the other bouncer, right? I have some flint and torches. Mm-hmm. I want to light, like, you know the way I just want to light a fire in front of his face and get back.
Gotcha. You try and intimidate him off
with fire, kind of like Shere Khan in the Jungle Book. Except
Gotcha.
He's a
Gotcha. That
man.
would be strength to do that.
Okay. 20.
20. Not only do you scare him back, he trips over and he falls and he hits the back of his head, and that's the one who the duck is pecking at him as well.
So he wants no part of us.
He's on the ground. There's one left. He's fighting the duck. There's one left that's going to attack you now. He takes a swing at you and he clocks you, Felgore, with a 3 damage. Next up, it is you again.
I'm going to dagger him.
Stitches. You try and dagger him. Gotcha.
Yeah. It's 12 minus 1 strength. That's 11.
It's 11. Yeah, you successfully dagger him. You do him for 4 damage.
Do you know where you should stab people?
Crotch.
No, I was going to say in the forehead, because you never see that. You never see someone just bang knife in the middle of the old
Yeah, I don't see much stuff.
forehead. Yeah, would you remember that Polish mayor?
Oh, come on.
Come on, too soon.
Fucking hell. The guy, one of them is on the ground being attacked by a duck. The other one, fucking hell. The other one is still in the fight with you. It is your go next, Felgore.
He's still in the mixer. Well, do you know what? I seem to remember a certain groomsman who mysteriously died, possibly of suicide, from a great axe wound to the head.
You swing your great axe at him.
14.
You successfully batter him in the head with an axe. You do 5 damage and he's dead.
Oh, suicide rates are so high in this town.
Do you want to see if you can make this one look like a suicide as well?
Yeah, I think I'd like to.
Alright, roll for throw to see if you can throw the body in that direction.
17,
17, you successfully make that guy's death look like a suicide. It looks like
the 2 murders beside him.
Well, when the cops come, they'll say one of them tripped, one of them had duck wounds to the eye, and one of them was trying to get so much beer from drinking directly from the beer tap that he stabbed himself in the head and his head exploded.
That's the way it happens. That's the way it happens. So too many young men go that way.
You have the chance now to run away. You've got the duck in tow. The duck will run after you. You can pick up the duck and take it with you. You want to run? You pick up the duck under your arm. You run out of the pub. You are taking, like, you know, the fire exit, and you end up on an alley street. It's just you now and a duck. It's very late at night.
Okay. I want to chat to the duck.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be like, you got to calm yourself now. We're about to fake your death to get a bit of cash.
Yeah.
You gotta shut your beak. Yeah. Just to calm him down. Because what'll happen is we'll go in there and he'll be like, yeah, look, here's an image of the duck dead, and the duck will wah, wah, wah.
We could buy a duck from the butchers and just bring it.
Well, no,
we don't need to spend the money.
Yeah. So just for now, I'm just going to chat to the duck.
That vet is still fucking sending us letters.
I gotta pacify. The duck's just seen death and fire and shit. The duck is obviously going to be a bit nervous. Pacify the duck now, me, and then we put him outside. We go wait there, and we go into the other pub, and I do the image of, here's the duck that's dead. Look, that's the duck.
But we run the risk of you not carrying off the illusion, and your man going, you didn't kill the duck.
Believe in yourself, go for it. That's what you're going to do. I want you to walk in there, you wait outside with the duck, you walk in with the image of the dead duck.
I'm going to wait outside while you do that.
Felgore waits outside and does a piss.
So that's going to be
near a duck, while you go inside to try and conjure the image of a dead duck.
14.
It's a 14 plus your magic.
No, it's 14 total.
You still do it. It works.
Fucking smash.
It's not the best trick anyone's ever seen.
He's
fooled,
drunk,
man. The locals start applauding. They think that the duck is dead. He hands you over 15 gold. and you walk back outside, and you've got 15 gold in your pocket. The lads offer you another 2 pints, so you're carrying 2 pints now, which you bring out for you and Felgore to drink outside of the pub. As you walk out, you can hear the faint sound of cheering still behind you, and the lads are singing songs. And you walk back out to Felgore, and he's got the duck, and you've got the 15 gold and 2 pints.
Oh, nice one for the pints, man.
Yeah, no
You've got a pint in your hand now.
That is
Do
it.
you want to down your pints? Do you want to sup on them?
Well, some of the pints while we walk.
You have a sup on the pints while you walk down the road with the duck.
Now, here's the thing. Remembered something.
Did he buy it?
Yeah, he bought it. Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
So we can either eat the duck.
Did you get paid?
Yeah.
Decent.
It's very late at night. I'm going to suggest you guys stop into an inn where it's 1 gold for 1 bed.
Does the duck need a bed?
The duck can sleep in one of the beds with you.
Okay, that's
He
good.
can do a down pillow. It's perfect.
It's unconventional. You check in, one of you loses 1 gold. Who is it? Do you want to
I'll
roll
do
and
it.
see? Okay, right, you volunteer. You give over 1 gold. You are in the little hostel room. You've got 1 bed. Who's sleeping with the duck?
Well, you are. I paid. I'm going to bed to myself.
Gotcha. You guys are go to sleep for the night, and the duck is there with you. The duck is still charmed, not going anywhere, hanging out with you for now.
Okay, sweet.
Obviously, the duck gets it, and you guys.
Wait, I said I'd sleep with him.
The duck. Oh, the duck gets it. It's. We'll take a little break there. So well done. Hi, this is Steve. Thanks so much for listening to this. Next episode coming next Monday is the 3rd part of Danny Ryan and Keith Fox's adventure in Naginthia, where all concerned are much drunker and far less coherent. Just so you know, Dungeons and Naggins will be live as part of the Dublin Fringe Festival in September. It'll be in the Workman's Club with special guests and live illustrations on the 17th, 18th, 20th and 21st. Tickets at fringefest.com, link in the description. Please get them early so I can just relax about selling tickets and just write the show and have fun. But thank you so much for listening to the show. If you'd like to help me out, leave a rating or tell a friend or tell somebody who'd like to come to the live show. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks. Bye.